So America First Legal is an organization founded by Stephen Miller. Well, they're urging the Department of Health and Human Services and the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services to repeal, I'm telling you, I can't make this up, to repeal a Biden-era kidney transplant regulation that pushes hospitals towards race-based thinking. Okay. So the group says that this rule pressures hospitals to look at organ allocation through DEI. Of course, that's what they teach in medical school. Yeah, of course. You know, rather than pure medical judgment. The name of this operation is as ridiculous as the operation, okay? I mean, look at this. Organ transplant. Oh, I'm sorry. The rule is called this. Increasing Organ Transplant Access Model. I think all the cool kids, you know, you have to have an acronym, so I guess that would be EOTAM for all the bureaucrats. EOTAM. Sounds about as stupid as the rule. Okay, so it scores selected hospital. I mean, you can't make this up. This is your federal government doing this, okay? And this scoring thing means something in bureaucrat land. Just trust me. I'll spare you the boring explanations on that one. But it scores selected hospitals on achievement, efficiency, and quality across a 6-year period. Okay. Participation is mandatory. Hospitals can be rewarded with federal dollars or be forced to pay money back based on their little DEI score. Woo! The explicit DEI equity adjustment was removed before finalization, but hospitals are still encouraged to write voluntary equity plans inside the mandatory program. So even under the Trump administration, I'm telling you, the bureaucrat party is strong. We do have a third party. Remember that. And it swallows up good people. It's unfortunate. So, again, this legal group, Stephen Miller heading it, America First Legal, they say these plans normalize identity-driven considerations, in a medical system that must stay or should stay, and I can't believe we're talking about it, should be race neutral. I mean, we're talking about kidneys. I'm just saying.
Who said that, though? Who said that?
Who said what?
What you just said, normalizing.
Yeah, well, no,
race.
that's America First's position.
I
America First
got you.
Legal, yeah.
Got you.
And they're right. Normalizing this nonsense. You know, follow the science. I don't think, now I'm just a dumb Juris Doctor, but I'm pretty sure those medical doctors don't get taught that in medical school. I don't think the AMA and all the learned people out there in medicine land, I am pretty confident they don't say, hey, here's all this objective data that deals with science and, oh, yeah, DEI. Let's adjust your score. I mean, come on. The Biden administration required federal agencies to conduct these little equity assessments, okay? This is like, I was about to call them their little hitman, but that wouldn't be appropriate. But they later influenced how regulators basically approached all of the transplant disparities. That is the culture thing that we talk about, you know? Oh, it's just a little here. It's just a little there. Well, the federal government never gets it back. Even Trump's in there, and he's swinging, and he's shrinking where he can. And the shutdown kind of helped, quite frankly. It'll help even more if Congress codifies and does exactly what Trump said to do. But, I mean, he's only one person, and he's a strong person, strong-minded for sure. And if this can happen even in his watch, even after they got rid of that stupid rule, I mean, if that can happen here, I mean, come on. And it's only happening because the federal government is the size that it is. That's it. Let those mayors handle this stuff, man. I'm telling you, let those constituents see what they're paying for. Trust me, that mayor and those council members, they will be in that same grocery store. They will be in those same gas stations. You're going to get an earful. That's where the rubber meets the road. And us conservatives and those who, appreciate how our country was founded and the wonderful, wonderful path that it put us on, we kind of think that way. I'm just saying. So, anywho, all right, America First, again, they argue a little bit more, though. They actually go back to a great act, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, but then they go to the Affordable Care Act's non-discrimination rules. That's funny. I'm just saying, like I know I'm a legal nerd, but that's kind of funny. It's a good. They go to the Obamacare. They go to Obamacare's own non-discrimination rules. Equal protection and exceeds federal authority. Yes. Come on, man. I thought y'all liked those rules over there. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with these folks? What's wrong with these folks? Mark, did you ever think that we would, really, even in this silly stage of politics, I didn't think DEI would make it that deep. You're talking about a kidney transplant.
Well, you nailed it, Josh. The bureaucrats.
Yeah.
What did you call it? The
bureaucrat party.
The bureaucrat party.
No,
Thank you.
We do have a third party.
Yeah,
that just goes to tell you, though, Mark.
Pretty dang huge.
I got it for us, bud. Next time any of us, hope we don't have to have a kidney transplant. But if we do, and you have two of them, I'm straight up rolling in there. Say, I want to clarify something. My left one identifies as a Republican. My right one identifies as a Democrat. And I think I'm hedging my bets. All right. And then maybe they don't, I'm just saying, I'm trying here. This is where we're at. Because follow the science is no longer the rule in bureaucrat land. Now it's DEI, but now you got to combat DEI. It's kind of like your own insurance formulary, but in la-la land.
I can't get much more la-la than that.
All right. Hey, guys, stick around. We're going to take a tiny little break. When we get back, my dear friend Tim Metcalf representing a whole bunch of places. Praise Jean's, Dino's, but we're going to talk about something good, and that's the Good Fight Foundation. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. this. Man, we are broadcasting live on rumble.com. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette. And shout out to our KLFY Plus viewing audience. We certainly appreciate you. We appreciate you. All right. We're going to my dear friend Tim Metcalf over here. Tim is, we know him in the community. Man, when I was in office, if I needed someone to lead a community effort, and we didn't have any volunteers.
One call.
Old Faithful.
Right?
Old Faithful's going to get some weed eaters, going to get some paint, going to get something.
We'll get a team to show up for sure.
We'll get a team. Yeah. So, look, and this is what we're going to talk about today. But, he's also, him from Préjean's, historic Préjean's, in between Karen Crow and Lafayette. You got the Broussard location. And then Dino's. I mean, come on. Dino's another.
OG. Yeah.
OG, baby.
Yeah.
Bertrand, Collie Saloon. That's your Dino South. And then Henderson. Yeah. Henderson.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But we're talking about something very special. And that's the good fight. And this is something that everybody can pitch in and help. Tim, tell us about it, bud.
So tomorrow morning at Préjean's in Karen Crow, 8 a.m., we're going to give away 500 meal kits. These meal kits will feed 6 to 8 people. It's a full Thanksgiving meal.
Wow.
Your spiral cut ham with your glaze. It's dinner rolls. It's green beans. It's yams. It's Tony Chachere's dressing mix. Tony Chachere's seasoning. We even give you a pan, a disposable pan to cook that ham in, Josh.
This is awesome.
Bring it home. A lot of people give away meals, and it just comes in a styrofoam plate, and you go, that's not Thanksgiving.
No.
Thanksgiving is you walk into Mama's kitchen, and you smell the ham bacon and the yams, and everybody in the family can be assigned to one dish. A family comes together, make this meal together, sit down and eat it together, and then you got leftover ham. You're making ham sandwiches later in the afternoon watching football, right?
Absolutely, and you got plenty of football to watch, by the way.
That's right. We got 3 games tomorrow.
Woo. And one on Friday.
Yeah.
Man, hey, look, Tim, though, you're so right. It's not just about eating the food; it's the culture. It's the family. It's the warmth.
Event.
It's the event, man.
That's right.
It's the event.
Right. I like to say we're giving the giving in Thanksgiving is what we're doing. It's all symbiotic. We are trying to make everybody have that special day.
So, how do people get to it? Tell us the.
Okay, so we start at 8:00. Sometimes the Karen Crow's Finest PD encourages us to start a little early when the traffic starts getting a little hairy, but right around 8:00. I suggest you get there 6:30ish. Line up. We will have officers in place. We'll have 4 lanes running through the restaurant parking lot. They will line you up down Thoroughbred. We're going to stay off of Frontage Road so people can get to work.
Yeah.
We got it down to a science. This is the 5th year we've been doing this.
Yeah.
We got it figured out. We got plenty of volunteers. If you feel like you want to volunteer, find somebody in need. Either get it for them or let them know, give them the good word that they need to come get one. Or you can get to the website, the Good Fight Foundation, and make a little donation. Yeah. We're always taking that. We do a lot in the community. We do this. This is one of the premier giveaways. We do Homeless Children Through Hub. We do Christmas gifts. We do the backpack giveaway. Oh, yeah. 1,200 to 1,500 backpacks every year.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. We block traffic for that one, too. And we do, the hospital, the little known thing, the hospital, when you have a child, and you can't leave that hospital without a certified hospital baby chair, right? Seat for your auto.
I didn't know.
You didn't know. And these new young people go in, they're like, the hospital says, no, you can't leave them. So you know what we do? We buy them and store them at the hospital, and they give them away.
Man,
just the little things that we don't.
But these are like real things that help people. You know
what
I mean?
Exactly. You got bureaucracy, practical. And then we there's a workaround. So that's what we do.
Give
so we
to
work
a
around
nonprofit. That's give to the nonprofit. That's why. Look, guys, there's a lot of help out there. I mean, all these panhandlers in Lafayette. That's just it's inexcusable. You don't have to have it, but whatever, it's there. But as far as us citizens. Man, we got a great foundation. You got your local church, you got your faith-based organizations, but you got these nonprofits that are actually boots on ground helping the real folks, man. So that's the Good Fight Foundation. You may have heard it. Dustin Poirier is the founder, right?
He's him and Jolie.
Yeah.
Jolie runs it.
Jolie runs
it. Let's just be real. So
come on, I'm giving Dustin too much props on that.
Dustin's the figurehead. So he's the figurehead, and Jolie's the COO. She gets it done. So
shout out to them, man.
Oh yeah, beautiful people. And they allow me to be part of this, and I'm just so humble and grateful that because you know what, Josh, I'm going to sleep so good tomorrow night.
Amen.
And then when I wake up Thanksgiving Day, and I'm going to be smiling because I know there's going to be hundreds of families in Lafayette, Louisiana, Acadiana, smiling too, doing the same thing I'm doing. you know?
Cool. So look,
Yeah.
we're gonna move on to a little topic here. Can you stick around?
Yeah.
That's
do
how we
it.
get in trouble. Good. Hey, but look, guys, go check out the Good Fight Foundation. You can do it on Facebook, social media, all the
Social media.
areas.
We got a website. When we have Venmo straight if you want to make a donation. If you're feeling like you want to do a little giving in Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
come help us out.
Now, Tim, do y'all do any kind of like DEI stuff? Like if you're dissecting a chicken? Or
Zero DEI. First come, first serve.
Okay, good.
I don't. What?
So if
There
you're in
is
need,
no.
if you're in
there
need,
is
you
no-
don't. You
you're
don't.
in need.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
no,
good.
no.
I was
There's no
making
lining up. There's
sure.
no. No.
What do you, hey, so when you were sitting so patiently over there, when we're talking about President Biden era rules that with like kidney transplants, what we're
Right,
talking
right.
about, man, you're a small business employer. You employ all these folks, man. These people, they don't agree with all this silliness.
I'm just wondering. They had a whole lot more important things to do, like working on inflation and fixing this Affordable Care Act that made everybody's
Life
insurance
harder.
It is the worst, and it is still Barack Obama's signature achievement, and they praise him, and I'm like, wow, he ruined our medical industry. He's doing pretty well for himself.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You could keep your doctor anyway.
You can't keep.
Man, let me tell you something.
I do pretty good, and I can't afford to get sick. I'm walking around with 2 broken ribs. I'm not even going to the doctor because
That's a thing around here.
Yeah,
I know.
man. It's
Yeah.
like.
See, guys, y'all didn't see behind the studio, so Quentin has a broken rib. Tim
Yeah.
has 2 broken ribs. And, of course, I'm making them move all over the place so I can go get
That's
like my
okay.
headsets and stuff.
It only hurts when we breathe, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's no big deal.
No, old school. We just suck it up and move forward, and it's just.
Absolutely.
I wish there was it ruined it. It meant to ruin it. We told them it was going to ruin healthcare for the move into the single payer, which is the only thing worse than Obamacare.
Yep.
But it's totally unaffordable for the citizens in 2 ways because the government can't keep borrowing money, and we know that. As fiscal conservatives, we can no longer go down this road of just borrowing trillions of dollars every year. We're going to be 36 trillion.
38.
38.
And that's okay. It's a reasonable mistake. 2 million of it, I think, came in a year, and then $1 million of that 2 is in like the last 2.5, 3 months.
Yeah.
It's silly, crazy. It's unsustainable. Someone tell me what the aliens know that we don't know, because that's the only explanation I know.
Don't go down that rabbit hole. I think that
No.
alien ship's on its way.
Oh God, I forgot about that. Yeah, too soon.
Yeah.
We're coming. Peace. We have
coming.
pizza.
Yeah.
We have pizza. You can't
We
be
got
mad at
pizza.
us.
Bring me to your
Hey.
pizza guy. Well, I got you.
Speaking of which, as we close out this segment, tell us a little bit about what's going on at Dino's. Then tell us a little bit about what's going on at Praise Jean's, man, as we close out.
Well, Dino's, man, we got it going on. Black and Shrimp Pizza. It's the last week for it is our pizza of the month. It is amazing if you've not tried it. It's been around for quite a while. It always comes in November. In Praise Jean's, we have soft shell crab jolie. It's a pasta dish with this beautiful giant soft shell crab on it. We've got fried cheesecake. We got so many things coming up for the holidays, Josh. We got Dustin Del Gaspard at both Praise Jean's location, Broussard and Lafayette, playing the dates. We have Christmas parties. We're getting pretty booked up for that.
Ooh.
It's we got Wednesday tomorrow, Thanksgiving. Man, you're in town from Houston or wherever you're from.
Hey, come on
down. You having Turkey Thursday? Come see us. You want Cajun food. You want good Cajun food? Come see us. Come see us at Dino's. We're ready for you. Black Friday shopping. Come on out.
All right. Hey, guys, that's my dear friend Tim Metcalf. He's a lot of people's dear friend in this community. Thank you. The Good Fight Foundation. The Good Fight Foundation. Go check it out. It's easy to find. Hey, see where we could pitch in. It's really good. And if you are in need, tomorrow's your day.
Yep.
All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Them phone lines are open. Woo! Josh Guillory's show. All right. Man, I always love my boy Tim Metcalf coming in hot from Prejean's, Dino's, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But go support the Good Fight Foundation, guys, man. And yeah, shout out to Jolie Poirier. You know what I mean? Like, whoops, I should have let in with that nice lady. Great people over there, great folks, great community all around. All right, so phone lines are open, 232-1542, 844-766-6607. All right, let's see here. Renee's going to kick it off. Renee, bring the heat, baby. What you got?
I don't know if you like the heat, but I mean, you know...
Oof. Renee, you better be nice to that judge. Oh, that one. Oh. Come on. The judge told you that you weren't much of a man? Come on. All right. All right. Thank you, Renee. I certainly appreciate you. All right. A lot of people shaking their heads. Okay, so let's move on. Man, speaking of, so Renee talked about police. Okay, and he said some things or whatnot. All right, cool. Well, let's change the little topic here. Okay, so Mark, your friend Mamdani. Remember we talked about him yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
You said y'all hang out.
Well, he looks like my cousin,
Okay.
but
Does your cousin smile like all the time?
he's slick. He's slick.
Mamdani has a good smile.
That's what I'm saying. He's
Way better.
slick.
It's better than mine.
I think he took lessons from Barack Obama.
Oh,
Nah, here's how you do it. What's his name? Zorro?
Zoran
Zorro the
Mamdani.
Greek. Zorro. I'll just call him Zorro.
And he all right, so let's see here. All right, I'm going off of a article, Emily Crane over at the New York Post, and she's reporting, and a whole bunch of other people are, because he did. The New York City mayor-elect, Zoran Mamdani, has picked Alex Vitale, a Brooklyn College sociology professor and author of the book The End of Policing, to serve on his transition team for community safety. What? Vitale has spent years arguing that policing is the problem, not crime. And critics are already, even in New York City, sounding the alarm, as they should. As they should. I mean, this is wild. All right, so Vitale wrote again. He wrote The End of Policing, which is a book that calls for eliminating traditional policing and attacks proactive strategies like, I don't know, broken windows policing. Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Rudy Giuliani, he figured it out. He figured out if you take care of the little things, the big things happen, and it's true. So Giuliani fought a lot of crime by just cleaning up the place. If you had broken windows, then crime was able. You had litter, vandalism, loitering, all these things, and other crimes, and it's just domino effect. Well, that domino effect can work backwards. That's why it's so important to keep your city clean. So I don't understand what's going on. But anyway, I'll just be quiet. It's so easy. That's why it's frustrating. You know what I mean? Cut the grass, pick up the doggone trash, and get rid of the panhandlers. I don't know what the hell is so hard about that. But anywho. So, this, Vitale, he says that the expansion of, listen to this.
Bilge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bilge.
I like that. So he says the expansion of policing over the last 40 years is the real issue and describes policing itself as the problem. Now, this is the guy that's on Mayor-elect Mamdani's, whatever it is, public safety transition team. He chose him for, community safety. So his community safety team is part of his transition into office. Vitale publicly celebrated the appointment, calling it a new era for New York City. Oh, we agree. It is definitely a new era for sure. So, now many New Yorkers and commentators responded by calling his pick. One reporter said reckless. Another public comment over there, and when the Vitale announced it, said it was dangerous. I agree. This dude is the epitome of slapping police in the face. He is the epitome of anti-policing, literally. I wrote a book on it. Look, a lot of folks, even in New York City, are warning that putting an anti-police professor in charge of community safety is a recipe for chaos, even on a transition team. Even on a transition team, it's a culture setter. But we see this. Hard left politics, it moves. But I want to see these hard left politics. When you're moving from social media, Mr. Mamdani, to actually governing. I want to see how it looks putting those little crazy ideas, those far communistic ideas into place. You notice he started to walk those back a little bit right before he was elected. Well, we're going to help it. We're going to ease the tension. Well, you said pay for it, Playboy. You didn't say ease no tension. Jeez. So New York City, bringing in a man to the transition team on community safety, like setting the foundation, the culture for this administration's approach to public safety. Bringing in that guy who literally wrote a book called The End of Policing to help run community safety. That's not a satire piece. Kind of sounds like it. It's not. And not exaggeration either. I'm just telling you. It is the natural result of a political class that treats law enforcement as the enemy and treats criminal behavior as a misunderstood social expression. Cue magic. Don't look into anything further than that. Misunderstood. Well, I wonder how the victims feel if they're misunderstood. And poor law enforcement, we send these guys on missions that, most folks would run from, and just nerves and just, man, to have this guy in the biggest city over there promoting this culture, it hopefully it's contained and hopefully it's isolated. But all right, so let's fit Kyiv in before the break. Let's see here. Kyiv from the motherland. What's up, Kyiv?
Hey, Josh, listen, man, after 30 years in law enforcement, I say let him implement his plan, have the police step back, let the social workers deal with what's going on the streets in New York, and you'll see how long it takes before the citizens of New York tell him that he's bat crap crazy and they want their police department back.
You ain't kidding,
and that's
Kyiv.
it.
See, y'all know why Kyiv brings common sense? He's from the motherland, Evangeline Parish.
That's it.
Little common sense. Hey, Kyiv, I appreciate you. And shout out to all the other 63 parishes, too. I love you, too. All right, guys, stick around. We're going to take a tiny little break. Phone lines are going to stay open, and I can't wait. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on rumble.com. Let me see you over there at rumble.com. We certainly appreciate you. Got that chat going. Let me see you. Let me hear you. And you can see us. And we put a camera on Marco Polo, too. That's good. Mark Pope, my friend in studios with me over there with Q Magic. RDB, we got sound? Oh, you couldn't hear Renee. Yeah, we fixed that. All right. Okay, so, yes. Oh, we got another caller. Let's go straight to the phone line.
It's Warren. It is the man, Warren.
Warren! What's up, Warren?
Well, now I see why Renee don't like nobody, but I don't blame him. Listen, what he's saying is true, Josh. You know, we got a new district attorney here in town. I don't think he plays that game like they used to. Okay, but I know people still going around them, and I know major stuff dies on the vine. They're dirty rotten. You know, one of these Frankheads that just got arrested, you know, I was in court with him as a young man. He said I was reckless driving, got in front of the judge. He said I fishtailed. I said, Judge, it's an Italian sports. You know, he was jealous. I was in a little convertible. He wanted to burn me. I said, it's a front-wheel drive car, Judge. You won't fishtail. They're rotten. They still burn me. But anyway, that one got arrested on corrupt influences. And when it went time for him to go to court, he was breathing oxygen so the judge wouldn't send him to prison. We're tired of this. We've seen this over and over again. I have the FBI and the state police steal my inheritance. I mean, it's dirty, rotten stuff what these people do, and we need to put a stop to it. Thank you, Judge. Look at Cass Patel. He's in trouble for going on private trips to see his girlfriend in a private jet on a taxpayer dime. I mean,
Cass Patel?
You can't make this stuff up.
Warren, you sure? That's right. Quentin's shaking his head. Are y'all serious? He did. I didn't know. I did not know that. Wow.
And giving out sensitive information and allowing people to flee the country that were wanted.
Wow. Well, hey, Warren, remember the other day? You can't make that up. But remember the other day we covered, was it yesterday, the day before? I don't know, recently about the counter-espionage that executives in the counter, he's gone? Okay. Well, the counter-espionage unit, which, you know, keeps an eye on spies within the FBI, well, those executives, there was an article out that said that they got immunity. You know, they don't have to have clearances. They can just do whatever they want. I mean, that's not like... we went over that. We covered it. You should go check out go to rumble.com. You can see all episodes. But really, it's pretty good content on there, if I do say so myself. Hopefully, I didn't water it down. All right, so look, we're talking about all these things, okay? It's really just about culture. And what we're talking about with Zoran Mamdani, with his transition team on community safety being about as anti-police as you possibly can. About as anti-police as you possibly can. Literally wrote a book on it. But this is the same Democrat culture that ruined so many American cities. Not just, and I hope not. I hope New York survives this. It's our country. But they see policing as the problem right now in that administration that's coming in. Zoran Mamdani. You don't put the person who's setting the foundation for your culture in community safety. You don't do all that. If you really cared about community safety, but they see policing in this little group as part of they're the evil ones. They're the ones that are doing the wrong. And it couldn't be further from the truth. Couldn't be further from the truth. You know, they don't see the police as a shield that protects ordinary citizens. They don't see that. You know, they blame officers for doing their jobs, and they romanticize, basically, policies that let crime flourish. I mean, broken windows policing helped secure New York from, you know, the edge. I don't know how else to say it. Years ago. It worked because it restored order. The radical left hates it. Hates it. And they hate it because it proves their theories wrong. And now the incoming mayor wants an anti-cop academic helping run public safety, setting the tone on what public safety, how it will be run. Now that you can't make up. This is the same style of governing that gave New York soaring crime, hollowed out neighborhoods, and police officers who are exhausted from being treated like villains. A city cannot survive when the people in charge refuse to acknowledge the difference between right and wrong. A city cannot stay safe when the leadership embraces theories cooked up in some kind of faculty lounge instead of listening to the men and women who patrol your streets. People see through this. Americans want safety. They want order. We want order. New Yorkers want order. New Yorkers want community, a community where their kids can ride bikes without dodging crime scenes. This is radical thinking. And it's radical thinking in a very bad time for New Yorkers. So, anywho, it doesn't have to be that way. All right, so pray for our dear friends in New York City. Pray for their leaders. All right, guys, stick around. Hour number 2 right around the corner, and I can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. I remain your grateful host. In studio with me still, Mark Pope, my dear friend, and Q Magic.
Q Magic.
Yes.
Magic Q.
What's up, Mark? You doing all right, man? You had a good break?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
That's good.
Yes, I did.
I had you a little nervous. Thought I wasn't gonna make it.
That's what me and Q and all the other producers do. We got to look out for you, man. We got to keep you on your toes.
I feel loved.
Yes.
Wouldn't want to be late for the folks. All right, guys, go check us out at rumble.com. We are live on rumble.com, live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana, and rebroadcasting for our friends at KLFY Plus. Love ya. Glad to be with you. All right, so let's go into this little, we were talking about judges, so here we go. Well, my wonderful callers were. This one's something. So this report is out of Chicago and explains that 26-year-old Bethany McGee, Bethany McGee was set on fire aboard a transit train by a man with more than 70 prior arrests. 70! The suspect, Lawrence Reed, had recently been released by a Cook County judge, even after prosecutors warned he was a real and present threat to the public. Reed had already knocked a social worker unconscious in a hospital psychiatric ward, yet he was sent home on electronic monitoring. Okay, so that makes sense. Weeks later, this attack happened. All right, so again, Bethany McGee, she was doused with flammable liquid, set on fire on a Chicago train. This is pathetic. Reed over there, Lawrence Reed, he has a decades-long violent record with over 70 arrests. That didn't, kind of like, maybe I should look into this. Prosecutors did their job. They put on the record what was supposed to be put on the record, argued what they needed to argue on behalf of society. The judge released him with electronic monitoring anyway. Federal authorities are now handling the case. Okay. Well, that doesn't make me feel any better, but all right. We went from Chicago to the federal government. What's worse? I mean, anyway. But I will say this, and the reason why I'm reading this story or covering this story is kind of starting to see, starting to show exactly why Americans across our country, whether Chicago or anywhere else this stuff is happening, especially in these left-leaning, municipalities and cities and counties and parishes. But we're fed up with all this, soft-on-crime governance. Did they not get the memo? I mean, people care about this stuff. And this is bipartisan, or it should be. It should be. But a man with a violent history was released after prosecutors, again, they did their job, said he was a danger. Judge ignored the warning. Okay? A woman paid the price, though. Choices have consequences. It's tough being a leader. It is. But that one shouldn't have been a tough decision, in my humble opinion. I mean, when courts treat violent predators as paperwork instead of threats, the public loses its basic right to safety, and the judiciary takes a very, very big hit in its trust. So, trust of the entity.
Can I ask a probing question?
Ooh, please. Where are you probing at?
Well, you'll see right along what you're talking about, Josh.
I mean, I'm 42.
Okay. All right. So look, here's my question. All right.
Yes, sir.
What drives this?
Yeah.
Well, it's two words. But I want to know, I want you to go deep in the mind of I'm going to call them the deranged left. I've learned not to try to quit throwing bombs, but I don't know what else to call it. When you talk about the guy arrested 70 times and he set somebody on doggone fire.
I mean,
these people, the judges and the politicians who go for this nonsense, they believe in what is called restorative justice. Restorative justice. So is that them trying to express their moral superiority?
That's a great question. I cannot begin to speculate what goes on in the mind and the decision-making process of some individuals who have been granted by the folks or by appointment an enormous amount of power. And I just don't question. I just don't understand some of the thinking. You know what I mean? Sometimes. But that being said, let me try to answer your question. I'm not licensed in that jurisdiction. This is purely speculative. I know in Louisiana, there's certain factors that sentencing guidelines, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, a lot of discretion on the court. The reason why I said the prosecutors did their job is because part of that process is hearing from the government, hearing from the state in this case, or I guess the city or state, local or state government, the prosecutors, getting what they present to the court. The court should put some weight to that. I mean, I do not think you need a law degree to understand that 70 arrests prior to this, especially with one incident being him being A, in a psych ward, B, being extremely violent in a psych ward. I'm just saying, when the prosecutors do that, they do their job, and I don't know. I would have had a different legal analysis than this judge, and I think you would have too. I think our audience would have. I think Democrats and Republicans as a whole would absolutely think this is absurd. And it's not even complicated. That's the thing. It's not what topic have we talked about in a year and a half that's been complicated? Nothing. They want you to feel confused. But this is not complicated. Violent offenders must be kept off the streets. No duh.
Well, maybe the joker who had 70 arrests, maybe it was for petty theft, and maybe it was for disorderly conduct.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is not necessarily violent, Josh, but, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But when the case is that they're violent, you don't release them back onto the street.
No, and there's no doubt that this case had at minimum one major physical episode in a psych ward. So this was not this was not 70 stealing candy bars, but even if it was all petty theft, all petty anything, 70 times shows an extreme high disregard for the law. And there's some issues that need to be addressed. And releasing someone that has a total disregard of the law to that degree, yeah, they probably would feel emboldened to do just outlandish. I mean, outrageous behavior. But law and order, it can't work when ideology outruns common sense. I mean, Chicago families deserve better. Every community deserves better. The Trump era is rebuilding safety with real consequences on violent crime. That's a culture that's going to hopefully bleed down to the local level and maybe the state level and not up. Okay? I just wish some of these mayors would have the same mentality, you know what I mean, across our country. All right, guys, stick around. We're going to take a tiny little break. Me, Mark, and Quentin, we're going to be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. Broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana. That's South Louisiana for all our friends outside this wonderful state. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble. Let me see you over there, rumble.com. Back to our normal feel. Certainly appreciate that. And shout out to our viewing audience at KLFY+. That voice in the background that you've been hearing, that's my friend Mark Pope. What's up, Mark?
Hello.
And then we got Q Magic over there doing some magic on this Rumble stuff. You can't see or hear him. He's groaning over there. He's got a broke rib. I'm serious. Man's a trooper.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't afraid. Nah, come on. All right, so let's see here. Let's move on. So we picked we covered the Ukraine-Russia saga, war, horrible situation. We covered that a week or two ago in regards to Russia making an offer to Ukraine, and that was the United States, its envoy and its crew, basically facilitating. And I got to say, not just saying this because I voted for the man and support him and think he's doing a great job overall, but I think President Trump's handling this like a grown-up, and I think he's doing a very good job at it. I'm all about exchanging words and not missiles. All about it. You know what I mean? So let's do it. All right. This report's by Von Kakan. I ain't even started. He looks like Cayenne. I'm sorry. Sorry, Vaughn, over at the I do know it's the Washington Times. I try to give the source. I try to be a professional here, Mark. You know what I mean? The folks deserve that.
That's commendable.
Thank you very much, sir. So the Washington Times, it's a good piece, too, and explains that Ukraine and the United States, remember Russia, United States, it's really Russia, but United States facilitated and drug them to the table, drug them by the nose. Here, I'll put you down to your knees, boy, with them tariffs. Serious. Hey. Boy. So Ukraine, So Ukraine and the U.S., well, they now the U.S. and Ukraine have reached common ground on the core terms of a peace deal to end the war with Russia. So Ukrainian National Security Advisor Umarov says that the two sides are aligned on the fundamentals and are close enough that President Trump and President Zelensky may meet again soon to finalize what they call the agreement. All right, so U.S.-Ukrainian negotiators reached an agreement on the main terms, and that's kind of like, what we need to focus on here. So main terms, not all the ins and outs. The minor details still need to be worked out, and those minor details can mean a lot. But we're in a good place. We're in a much better place now than we were even a week ago. Very good. This is good progress. All right, so President Trump wants Ukraine to accept the deal very quickly. Though Zelensky says the Thanksgiving target that President Trump gave, probably not going to happen. Now, Ukraine, the U.S., and European diplomats held major talks in Geneva over the weekend. Additional meetings took place in Abu Dhabi with Russian officials led by U.S. Army Secretary Daniel Dishkal. Now, Russia has not publicly endorsed the latest draft. That's very important to know. They definitely endorsed that last one that they sent, but they haven't come out yet, and maybe it's those details, but they haven't come out yet. That's a pretty good sign, too. So we may be onto something. And this is important because if you recall a leaked earlier version, remember that's what we were covering a few weeks ago, of the plan included quite a bit land concessions on the Ukrainians' part. It reduced Ukrainians' military capability, I think like in half. And recognition of Russian control over Crimea. Yeah, no, that kind of seemed a little one-sided. I even had to come back the next day because when I first read the article, when I first read that story and kind of looked into it, I was like, hey, it seems like really, fair and equitable and all the good things, right? It was very one-sided, but this is okay, and it's war. Hey, it is war, and Trump did not create it. Trump is purely trying to land the plane for America's best interest. And that is the bottom line. And it is in America's best interest. Man, if for no other reason, there are so many people making so much money off this dang war. Just the moral compass, just to correct the moral compass, is worth it. It's worth it.
Well, who? Americans?
What do you mean?
Oh, who's so many people making so much money all
yeah,
over the world?
Yes,
or is
the
this
elites.
America because
Americans,
we're the
war,
major supplier of weapons?
Yeah, the whole military-industrial complex thing. But that depends on how what that means to you. That thing is morphed into some like whatever label, whatever definition you want to put to that label. But yes, people have a business model off of war, and that is, and the elites. The elites benefit from it. We've seen that. So, anyway, but just the moral compass of the whole thing. Just the moral compass of the whole thing. I really do. I just believe that. So, and well, let's dive into it. I just think that the fact that, again, we're even talking, like we're even this close to a peace deal. I think it, like we could say, we can get off the moral compass thing, we can do all that stuff, but it does signify something with Trump being the leader in Ukraine, Trump being the leader with Russia, kind of on these discussions. And it says American strength is back in the room. Our president is actually awake, sees what's going on, processes the information, sticks. I'm just saying. But not afraid to use the cards that he's dealt. And that he has. Like, Russia didn't come to the table the other day because they just love peace. They invaded Ukraine. They do not care about the Ukrainian people or Americans' interests. But they came to the table because of one reason. It was less painful to come to the table than it was to not come to the table. Because had Russia not come to the table, Trump was about to throw even more tariffs and bring their economy even more down to their knees. Peace through strength, my folks. Peace through strength. This is actually it in action. So that's one thing that we can at least see in real time. But American strength is definitely back at the table, definitely back in the room. When we talk, people listen. But it's about action, not speeches. Not any hashtags, not any little gimmicks like reset button. Didn't they misspell reset? No? I may have. I don't know.
That would be Hillary. That would not be they. That would be Hillary misspelled.
That's they.
Reset.
That's no drama Obama administration. Oh, man. But like real strength, it's refreshing to see American prowess. We need that. Hey, under Trump, love him or hate him, negotiations move because the other parties know he isn't there to babysit the process. He is not there to play any games. He is there to end the whole thing.
Can I complicate? You're making good points, but can I complicate?
Thank you.
All right, off the coast of is it Venezuela? blowing up the drug boats.
Yeah, okay.
Is it? I believe it's Venezuela.
All right.
A third of our naval fleet, aircraft carriers and such, is off the coast of Venezuela. Okay, that's complication number one.
Yeah.
Complication number two, killing the Christians in which African country? Ethiopia.
Oh, okay.
Killing Christians.
All right.
And Donald Trump has said, we can't have this.
Oh, you're talking about picking and choosing?
Well, picking and choosing, just killing Christians. He doesn't like it.
Oh,
and we're not talking about
okay.
one here and one there. According to what news reports are, we're talking thousands of Christians. And I forget, excuse my ignorance or my slip of the memory, we're talking, is it Ethiopia?
What are
we
you
can ask
talking
Miss
about?
Google. Killing Christians in an African country. And Donald Trump says, we can't have this. We've got to stop it.
Yes.
We may send in the troops, guns a-blazing.
Yeah. It's
So geopolitics, man, is extremely complicated.
Yes, absolutely. And, but again, I mean, whether it's, his whatever his motivation is, I think it goes in line with America first. And I'm starting, my personal preference, I don't like little phrases. I'm such a stick in the mud, like I'm such in the minority here. Because I believe in America first values. Once it becomes a hashtag and commercialized, it like loses the, you know what I mean? Do you really know? But I will say this, action. And that is what we see with our president. And he is putting America first, which I like that. I love that. Great job. Hey, we got movement. Exchange words, not missiles. I love it. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Josh Guillory Show. Broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble. Let me see over there at rumble.com. We had the chat going, and then the chat became silent. Where are you at? Where are you at? I tell you what, our phone lines are open too. 232-1542, 844-766-6607. Let me hear from you. So, this whole Ukraine-Russia thing, yeah, it's developing. Remember, Russia had worked with the U.S. to send a plan, or at least a proposed plan over, and that was definitely one-sided to Russia. It's a start. It was presented as one, and it was leaked. So you know where you start in a negotiation, especially in private. It's probably going to be a little extreme, and that one was, no doubt. But you got to start somewhere. So now Ukraine is working with the United States, and they send over a peace plan. All right, that's good. But, all this stuff, though, the fact that we're even, this close, it's good. But we need that American strength in the room. And we need the American strength to be the leader. We need the American president to do exactly what he's doing in a calm, cool, collected way. All of it. But he's there not to babysit, and not to babysit the process, but to actually end it. And that's the key. And Ukraine knows that too. Ukraine and Russia know that the president will go to, you're good. The president will go to any lengths to achieve the goal. All right. So they fought for every inch. Ukraine's exhausted. They fought for every inch of their country. And they've done it with heart. You're good. They've done it with heart. They've done it with discipline. But they also understand math. I mean, endless war destroys a nation. Endless war destroys a nation. Even one with proud people and brave soldiers. So they're finally, making decisions with their eyes open. Not with slogans, not with little buttons. Reset. We're going to reset. Yeah, they reset on your butt. They reset back into... Yeah, Russia certainly reset. During the first term of the Obama administration under Secretary Clinton. Reset. We're going to just press a little reset button. Make things good. Look, y'all, I got my Arkansas accent today. Anyway, Russia... When she announced she was running from New York, like, I didn't even think that was possible. Thought you had to live there. Apparently, So anyway, let's go back to this. Russia, they respect power. Russia respects power. They don't respect therapy sessions. Not even close. They laughed at the button, Hillary. And whatever people think of them, they do understand something very, very basic. Trump will not let them run the table. They've seen that. They're only there because they know that. That is why their diplomats continue to show up at Dubai and other areas to negotiate. They know. And they know the United States under this particular president at this time is not playing the weak game that they enjoyed for 4 years under the previous administration. And the Europeans, dear friends, I get frustrated. They're following along because they don't want to wake up to another year of this war draining their energy, their budget, and their political stability, but they've done nothing to help. They made it worse. They side with terrorists in other areas. Just weak. I mean, not all of them. There's one of them, the lady, forgot her name, but, she was the one steering President Biden away from the woods, like, no, Mr. President, you must come this way.
The Italian lady?
Yeah!
Italian
Is
Prime
that it?
Minister?
Is it Italian?
I don't recall her name.
Okay. But I think it was Italian.
Yeah, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
But the Europeans as a whole, though, they did not help the situation that much. But the Europeans do want someone to take control of the situation, and that has been historically the case the last 125 years. 100 years for sure. Well, no, about 125 years. They've needed the United States to be strong to come bail out, and that's okay. We're allies. All the things. But the Europeans want that adult in the room. They hate the fact that it's Trump. I know it. I know some of those elites in Europe are just, really upset because they hate the man more than they love the peace they talk about. The Europeans needed Trump back in that seat, and it shows. It shows. Look at it, 4 years, 4 years, and 4 years. It's very rare that we get to see that. Only other time, one time in history that we got to see that. Non-consecutive presidential terms. And able to compare. Very interesting. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. The leaked draft. It scared people because that's the one where Ukraine, looked a lot one-sided. And it did. It scared people because it did make it sound like Ukraine was being carved up like a doggone turkey holiday ham. Like turkey a few days from now. And to Ukraine's credit, they said no. And they did it forcefully and gracefully. They protected their sovereignty. They protected their military, their long-term security. You got to give Ukraine. We knew. No way they were going to accept that, nor should they. Not right now, at least. But that's exactly what we should be seeing by the United States and Ukraine. That was quite the deal. That was quite the accomplishment to actually have Russia send a peace plan. One-sided, but look what we have now. We have another peace plan that's going to be proposed from the other side. We've had movement. And that's how powerful negotiations work. Pressure, adjust, pressure again, maybe adjust, pressure, adjust. That's what it is. All right, so look, we'll take a little break. This new draft is a little tighter. We're kind of getting there, All right, take a little break. We'll get right back. I can't wait. If you're on hold, thank you so much for your patience. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on rumble.com. Rumble.com. You guys turn your radio down. Warren and Renee, turn your radio down. All right. Good deal, guys. And we're also broadcasting rebroadcast at KLFI Plus. We certainly appreciate that. For a first, the Josh Guillory Show first, we have 2 callers at the same time.
Hello.
Renee, Warren.
Okay, I got you now.
Hey, y'all are both on.
Okay. There?
Renee and Warren.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Hey, Renee, Warren, have y'all met each other? Have y'all ever talked to each other?
I'm here. It's Renee.
Hey, this is Warren.
Can you hear me?
Can you, Warren?
Yes,
can
I
you?
can.
Can you? All right.
Am I on?
Yes.
You're both on.
Yes.
Blow your
Well, they
minds.
have you talking to me. I guess we're not on yet.
You're
We're waiting
all
to
live. You're live
Oh,
on the
okay, that's
radio.
Renee.
Renee, you
okay.
are live. Warren, you are
Yeah.
live. Renee, you are live.
Cool.
Warren, you are live. You get it? You get it?
You're both on the phone in the radio.
be on. I like to be in politics, but I'm not, so I'll talk on the talk show.
I love it.
I'm hazy to know.
All right. So let's see, Warren. Warren, you go
I'm hazy
first.
to know.
Warren, you go first, and Renee, you opine. Go ahead, Warren.
I'm still upset with that judge letting them kids get away with killing me.
Oh, they're all full of shit, Renee.
Oh, we
Them
can't.
judges are full
No.
of shit.
Okay,
They got
all
a few
right.
good
Press
ones,
that
but not
button,
many.
Mark. Press
Not
that
many.
button.
I've never seen
Okay.
one.
All right, guys.
I've heard of
Thank
them,
y'all.
but I
Thank you so much.
Guys, you got it. You got
Well-
it. And the general listening are. This is my role, and Josh knows it as well. He'll come behind me. You can't say the 4-letter words. Okay, I dumped it. It should have been omitted from what was out over the air. But watch your language. This is a family
All right.
show.
They
right?
get it. They
Sorry
get
about
it.
that. Didn't mean to preach.
They get it. All right. So that experiment did not go well. But it was all right. You know, we tried it. So, fellas, y'all were both on the doggone radio.
I'm not sure that it clicked with him, Josh.
I was trying to do a first here for the folks, Mark, you know.
Well, see, with
We're going to try it again one day.
with
now,
risk, sometimes there are consequences.
Yes. And, you know, in their defense, we didn't tell them anything. Warren, Renee, we love you, buddies. All right, so let's go back to this little, let's go back to the phone lines. All right, let's hit that third caller. All right, caller, you are live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm a fan for life.
Hey.
After what Warren and Renee did just now, oh my God, that is hilarious.
Well, thank you.
How you what Warren and Renee did just now? Oh my
You're listening to your
All right.
radio.
All right, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right.
All right.
Okay, so let's see here. Now back to all this new draft with Russia, Ukraine, and things like that. All right, this new draft is tighter, and I like that. All right, and the next step is going to be tighter, and the next step is going to be tighter. This is just what happens, but stronger, smarter. This draft doesn't give Russia everything they want. It doesn't ask Ukraine to kneel. Doesn't do any of that. And it doesn't ask the American people to dump another decade of cash into a dang war that with no endpoint. No endpoint. And that's the key. A peace deal only matters if it protects Americans, American interests, and doesn't reward aggression. The Biden years were full of confusion and drift. No direction, no strategy, no leverage. But now, you know, the gear shift, man, it's like finally moving. That's what we like to see. The United States is steering outcomes again. This deal, if it closes, you know, it's not going to be perfect. No one's claiming it's going to be perfect at all. War is so imperfect. No peace agreement in human history, now that I think about it, has ever been perfect. But if it secures Ukraine's future, limits Russia's reach, restores strategic calm, you know, helps our American interest, maybe we get the rare. Did we ever seal the rare earth mineral deal? Do y'all know? Gotta have the minerals.
I think there was some concessions, but I don't remember the absolute final details, Josh.
Okay, well, hey, got to secure our loans. I mean, he's the first president to say, yeah, I get it. I mean, we'll give you some, but you're going to have to pay us back. I mean, that just makes sense. We have to pay ours, and it's larger and larger and larger. But look, I think this is a moment, though, guys, where whether you're Democrat, whether you're Republican, be an American first. This is good to have the American leader on the world stage bringing peace to these regions, okay? So it only helps our country. We certainly appreciate that. All right, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. I had a blast these 2 hours. Be careful out there. May God bless you, and be